Hey guys, welcome back. Now in this video tutorial I will be introducing a new sensor. It's a magnetic sensor. It says that the name is MMC2460MT. Now let's face this sensor is available on the website, that is controleverything.com, and to gain more knowledge about this sensor, what we're gonna do is to search this sensor, and what we got is a plus minus 6 Gauss low noise 2-axis magnetic sensor. It's a MMC2460MT, and these are some more features you can see here. You can also purchase the sensor from this website. Well, I will be interfacing the magnetic sensor MMC2460MT with a particle photon, and for that I will be requiring a code, for which I will go to the resource tab, and here comes the particle code sample. You can also download the particle code sample as a zip file from here, this very site, and you can also have the code from github.com, and the repository there is Control Everything Community. Please note down that we need some hardware connections to make out this video along with the sensor. So let's see what we got there. In the hardware setup, first of all, the requirement is of a particle photon, which you are able to see on my screen, and this here is an I2C Shield. This is available and can be purchased from the website controleverything.com. The reason we are using this I2C Shield is to make connections with other I2C devices and to make the connections easy. So gently place the particle photon over the I2C Shield and make a connection. The next thing we require is the most important, that is the magnetic sensor MMC2460MT, and this here is a connecting cable. Make the connection among the sensor and the cable, and make sure that the brown wire of the cable should be connected to the ground terminal of the sensor, and same goes for the I2C Shield. The last part is to provide a power source so that we can have our particle photon running up. So we need a medium, that is a micro USB cable just like this, and gently insert it over the power jack. So we are done with the connections part. Now what we require is to have a look over the particle code. Let's face it. For the interfacing of the particle code, let's find out what we got in the code, and for that we have to log into github.com, and here we have to find out the repository, that is Control Everything Community, and there you go, and here search for the sensor, that is MMC2460MT, and this is the particle code we are looking forward. But let's have a look over the instructions. We need to follow this code. It says that we have to log into a particle photon and set up the device, and the steps are being provided on this very link. Now open up this link. We will have a better experience regarding the installation steps to be provided. Please note down all the relevant information and do as follows. Now the second part is to download or git pull the code, and on the online ID we have to copy the code. build.particle.io is the online ID where we have to build a code, save it, and then after saving the code, the next step is to verify and flash the code on the particle photon, and the code output is shown in logs at the dashboard. This is the link, dashboard.particles.io user logs. Here all the relevant information what we have accessed will be displayed like that. Now get back to the particle code to explore, and it says that it's a .ino extension file. Now in the code, as you see, we have included the header files, that application.h and spark wiring I2C.h, and the address of the sensor we have defined is 0x30. We have initialized some of the variables, and in the void setter function we have set variables. After that we have initialized I2C communication as master, and initialized serial communication with the baud rate equal to 9600. Then in the writing part we have selected control register 0 having address 0x07, and we are sending the measurement command for the register, that is 0x23. It's the command address. After that we want to get the data back from the sensor, it's the response, and we are selecting the data register having address 0x00. From this very register we are requesting and reading 4 bytes of magnetic field data, that's the perpendicular x and y axis. As earlier told, the sensor is a 2-axis magnetic sensor. Now after that we have the conversion of the data takes place, which is according to the guidelines for the data sheet, that is MMC2460MT magnetic sensor. At the very end of our code we have the output data on the dashboard to be displayed, which is the magnetic field in x and y axis, the raw values. Now what do we require is to have a look over the working, the practicality of this sensor and the code. Let's have it. In the working environment part, first of all, the step is to copy this entire particle code. Copy it and open up the build terminal as we have discussed earlier. Here, create new file. What we have to do is to paste the entire code we have just copied, just like here, and here name it MMC2460MT for reference, and save it, and then verify and compile the code, and then flash the code. While flashing the code, we have to check for the magenta flash, which will confirm that code is good to go and we can have our output on the dashboard. Just now we have the magenta flash, as you can see on the particle photon, and the notification is at the screen. Now open up the dashboard link so that we can have the output in the logs, in the form of logs, and let's see what we got there. As you can see, we have the magnetic field in X and Y axis, and as you can notice, the field is almost constant as there is no interference regarding the magnetic field. But when I bring a bar magnet, you can see changes reflected on the screen for both axes, perpendicular axis X and Y magnetic field. And as I move the sensor over all directions over the sensor bar magnet, you can see the changes reflected. Yeah, just like that. You can see the changes. Yeah, that's correct. It will be there for X and Y axis. So this is how the sensor works along with the particle code and particle photon. Now what do we require is to have a look over the features and the applications that are for the magnetic sensor MMC2460MT. The MMC2460MT is a complete 2-axis magnetic sensor with on-chip signal processing and integrated I2C bus. The device can be connected directly to a microprocessor, eliminating the need for A to D converters or timing resources. It can measure magnetic fields within the full-scale range of ±6 Gauss with 0.25 milligauss per LSB resolution in 16-bit operation mode or 0.8 milligauss total RMS noise, enabling heading accuracies of less than 1 degree in electronic compass applications. Due to these features, it's applicable in a lot of applications such as electronic compassing, GPS navigation assist, magnetic field measurement. This sensor is available and can be purchased from the website, that is controleverything.com, and you can have the code from the resource tab as a zip file. You can also have the code from github.com and the repository, there is Control Everything community. Now I would like to make it clear that in case of any queries regarding any part of this video or the sensor, you can have your queries on controleverything.com and you can post your comments on the community page. For blogs and articles, you can go to our page of instructables.com, and to subscribe more video tutorials like this, go to our YouTube channel page. Now I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good one yourself too. Thanks for watching. Thanks a lot.